Now, a lot of men actually do the reverse. They marry multiple women so that they don't even have to do anything. And women, we can be that funny. Women will now face each other to start competing. And in the process of competing, this man is living baby boy's life. He doesn't have to stress. And these women are stressing themselves day in, day out. The man is just there relaxing. All he has to do is set a battlefield and dump the two women there. Let's watch this.
Polygamy came as a gift to the woman. It is the woman who benefits from polygamy, but we've lost track of the understanding of that because it's been presented backwards, that it was something for men. Think about it. What does a man gain by having more than one wife? Seriously, we know that the man is 100% financially responsibility. You know, he's got to cover everything, right? You ever tried to take care of one wife? Man, to try and afford 2 or 3 or 4 and still be just between them, this would not be an easy matter. And remember that little issue of just? It's hard to be just with one wife.
agree.
And you want to multiply
Now,
that?
what are these issues that has actually now turned polygyny into something oppressive to women instead of beneficial? Because if we look at it really, if we look at it deeply, in a healthy, well-practiced polygyny, the women would ordinarily benefit from the dynamics more than the men. However, as you rightly said, it has now been misunderstood, it's been abused, such that it no longer has benefits for women beyond, let me just have a man to call my own. So a lot of women don't even mind giving up their rights just to have a man to call their own. A lot of people just feel there's just somebody answering his wife. So many actions and inactions have now made polygyny something detrimental to women against beneficial. There are so many reasons I could mention, but I'll just mention the top ones in my brain right now as I watch this video. One is the intention. The reason for which a lot of people now go into polygyny is for pleasure. There is always that argument of, oh, it's not written anywhere that men should not do polygyny for pleasure. And I agree, because whether it's for pleasure or not for pleasure, as long as you're practicing it well, there is nothing wrong. But in a situation whereby you do not allow your pleasure to drive you, only your pleasure is your driving force. There is no fear of God. There is no sincerity. There is no honesty in your dealings. You just want to satisfy your desires. You are going to go about it in a way that satisfies your nerves, even though it goes against the ruling or the boundaries set by the Sharia. This is the truth. And this is the issue with letting your pleasure be the beginning and the end goal of polygyny for you. Another thing is hypocrisy. Men have become very hypocritical that they know that polygyny is halal. Polygamy is halal. They can marry 2, 3, 4 wives. But they also know that the processes to getting these women has to be halal. But a lot of people don't like that part of going about polygyny the halal way. They just want the end goal, which is the polygyny. They don't care about the process. In which case now, the polygyny is now done in such a way that pleases the man. Oh, I want to start by flirting. I want to start by hanging out, even meeting or even having something with the woman. Then eventually I'll get married to her. It's about what pleases him as the man. Now the woman at home is hurting because there is no woman who won't be hurt by all of these haram processes. And you know, this is where the society comes in. The society then says, he's a Muslim man. You should know already that it's halal in the religion for him to marry 2, 3, 4 wives. Why are you complaining? Focus on your children. Forget about him. No one is looking at the hurting woman. No one cares about her complaint. It's all about, at the end of the day, he will marry her and it's halal. So somehow men have the backing of the society to misbehave, in the name of polygyny. Now, another one again, where it now becomes oppressive to women rather than beneficial, is consciously or maybe unconsciously, a lot of us have now started to see divorced and widows as less of humans. We see them as damaged goods, damaged properties that if you even want to buy them, it's actually you doing them favor by, oh, let me buy you to keep in the house. It's a favor you are doing to them, for them. So because of this warped thinking, this concocted notion about concocted notion about divorced women and widows. A lot of these women have now been turned into second grade women, or maybe even third grade women, such that they're not in the front line, not even the second row of consideration for men. So when these men now want to marry them, they do it as though they are doing them favor. So that way, many of these women end up just letting go of their rights just to have somebody to call their own. And as much as I like to say, how desperate can you be to settle for less because you were divorced or because you lost your husband? Sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves that while marriage is beautiful, it's not a need for everyone. I don't think marriage is a need for me. It's not. But it's something beautiful that I'm grateful to Allah for having. But it's not a need for me. However, there are women that marriage is a need for because of their makeup or because of the kind of persons they are. Not every woman can do without a man. So that's why sometimes, as angry as we can be, that why are you selling yourself short just to answer Mrs. is because maybe Allah makes it easy for you to stay with or without a man. But not everyone has that capacity to discipline themselves to that point where they would rather be single than deal with a non-entity. So this is also another factor that has now made polygyny oppressive to women because it's now made to look like, oh, we are doing you favor. Now, another thing is men go into polygyny twisting the wordings of hadith. That, oh, if you get married and you don't have, Allah multiplies what you have. In which case, like she mentioned, it should be more beneficial to the woman because the man should handle the home 100% ideally. Now, a lot of men actually do the reverse. They marry multiple women so that they don't even have to do anything. There is this notion that, oh, if you marry multiple women, you can relax, withdraw from your responsibility. They will now face each other. And women, we can be that funny. Women will now face each other to start competing. And in the process of competing, this man is living baby boy's life. He doesn't have to stress. And these women are stressing themselves day in, day out because they have to prove a point to the other person that, oh, I'm doing better than you. My children are going to better schools than you. And the other woman too is like, no way. I have to try. Whatever she's doing, I have to do better. So the man is just there relaxing. All he has to do is set a battlefield and dump the two women there. Now, in this case, there is nothing for these women except rivalry, pain, pressure, while the man relaxes and enjoys like a baby boy, which is not what polygyny is supposed to be, because it should be more responsibility for the man, not less. You will see some men, you tell them that, oh, you have not even been able to take care of one, you want to go for more, they'll tell you, what is enough for one is enough for two. Somebody once said, oh, if all men want to wait till they are financially capable to take care of multiple women, how many men will do polygyny? And I'm like, polygyny was never third. It was never something that is compulsory. So why are we having the conversation of how many men will do it? Marriages will be very, very fine if no man even practices polygyny. Yes, we'll have more single women, but is it not better than having less single women, but very many chaotic homes, abusive homes in the name of polygyny? Now, that is another one. Then we now have a situation where we no longer see polygyny as something of a responsibility. Like, oh, when people see you, they say, this man, 2 wives, 3 wives, he's trying. No, that's not it now. It's a thing of, they now come up with concocted title of, he's a 2-star general, he's a 3-star general. It's now a thing of pride to raise your shoulders and say, arrogance. And that's just it. Me, we keep 2 women for house. Those kind of men that when they're talking to women in public, they want to say, I have 2 of you at home. I have 3 of you at home. 3 women that none is properly taken care of. So they hand a lot. She also mentioned the issue of justice and fairness. To be honest, I don't know. I'm beginning to think that it's even the men I think have the capacity to do polygyny that dread polygyny. They will tell you they fear that they've not even been able to do justice to one wife. So they fear, going for more. Now, you see these ones, those ones that have no interest in justice. They are not interested in that condition of if you fear that you may not be able to be just stick to one. Those ones that don't care. They will be the one to come with all the, oh, Yarobi. They will tell you, no, the justice they're talking about, as long as you don't lean towards one, because it's also been said that no matter how you try to be just, you will not be able to be just make sure you're not leaning to one over the other. So that's it. Because they already know that they have no plan for justice. You will see some men now, they marry, a lot of men are even married for, I'm sorry to say, very flimsy reasons. Something like, oh, I'm angry with my wife, I want to teach her a lesson, and then he gets another wife. Can you imagine? So, what is the benefit to this woman now, whom the husband is correcting by marrying another wife, or the one being married as an eraser of mistake? There's nothing honorable to the existing and the incoming there, because you're not marrying these women as humans that they are, respectable and honorable women that they are. You're doing it because, okay, I want to teach this one a lesson. Okay, I'll teach you a lesson. You're the one I'll use to teach this one a lesson. That's very degrading. If you analyze the realities of polygyny in today's world, you would understand why there is much noise against it. It's not that, oh, polygyny, there will be jealousy. Not naturally, there will be human jealousy that, oh, the person I'm with is with another person. There is that. But this strong force against it, people fighting and saying, no, I can't say, it's because of the prevalent realities of polygyny, that has put women at more disadvantage than advantage. This is not to say that there are no men doing this polygyny thing well, or there are no women enjoying polygyny. There are. But we are saying that in an era where the idea, the motive, the purpose of polygyny, even the processes of starting it and how it's been managed is now done feasibly nafs for the sake of self, of personal desires. It cannot be okay compared to when it's done in the way Allah wants it. So yes, polygyny ideally should solve many social problems, even beyond social. More women have more husbands, more women have more access to resources, more women, large family, there is ideal polygyny. And this ideal polygyny doesn't mean there'll be no issues. I mean, we are humans, so yes, there'll be issues. But not the kind of very serious issues that we are having in polygynies today. It has now put women at disadvantage rather than beneficiaries. So before you venture into polygyny as a man, ask yourself, this polygyny, am I venturing into it just for my own selfish benefits? Or are you venturing into this polygyny with the fear of Allah, knowing that yes, you benefit from it, but all the parties involved would also benefit? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.